All right, guys. So good evening. We are excited to have you guys all here with us today. I am Carissa, Triple Diamond. It Works today has marked exactly 9 years for me today. So I celebrate my 9 year anniversary on Zoom with you guys tonight. First off, I'm excited because we're going to do something different. We're going to do something different, which is we put up a link for you guys so that you can anonymously go on there and put in your questions to ask us and who you want to specifically ask and all of that stuff. So we are excited because we got over 30 questions. Um, and let's just let them introduce themselves really, really briefly so we can jump right into it because we know you guys, y'all had a ton of questions. And we want to make sure we can get to all of them. So first, Carrie, go ahead on and introduce. Okay, Tasha, go ahead and introduce yourself first.
Hi, my name is Tasha, everybody. I am a triple diamond from Maui. I got two kids, and I've been in this business for almost 6 years. That's Celia. Get out of here. And yeah, that's it. I'm excited.
All right, I'm Carrie. I'm a presidential diamond. I currently live in Florida, and that's it. I'm ready.
All right, let's
You
go.
said brief. I'm brief.
Okay.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I have the questions on my phone, so I'm going to put them in the chat too. And this first question is going to everybody. Okay. How can you be positive when you message people about the business and they keep declining you or ignoring you? Like how you know it's the right person to ask.
Tasha first, then I'll go. 2 minutes, Tasha.
Okay, I was waiting for Carrie to either agree or disagree. Okay, so I love this question. I'm a red personality. So I guess it's different with every color, but for me as a red, I kind of just like 3, 2, 1, and I send the message. The beauty about social media is that you guys can, there's a block button. So if there are people that are rude, which you guys are gonna come across them, it's so easy to just block. I did read a book and it's called Go for No, and it's a really good book, and it's good for whoever just asked this question. Because you're gonna come across the no's, you're gonna come across people ignoring you. But the thing is this book teaches you how to go for no. Instead of like, okay, I'm gonna send out 300 messages, my goal is to get so much no's. And I learned this from Jade Hooper, and because before it's called Go for No. I'll get the author. I don't know if somebody can put it in there. Carrie actually told me about that one, and then the 5 second rule. That's what I do: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and send it. But last tip that I have for this is Jade Hooper actually did a training, and I watched it. And normally I don't watch I don't watch recordings of Zooms because I just have like ADD and I don't have energy for that. But she did a Zoom and she said that she sends out messages to plant the seed. So she doesn't send messages to get a response. When you expect a response and you don't get it, then you're going to get discouraged, right? But if your mindset when you guys are going in to send those messages that, okay, I'm just planting 500 seeds, then if nobody responds, you're not as disappointed. So that's my intake on going, and how I deal with messaging is I just for the seed. Done. Okay, tell me. 3, 2, 1, go. Fine, sorry.
Okay, now because I have ADD too, I'm rereading the question. How can you be positive when you message people about the business and they keep declining you or ignoring you? So for me personally, if I message people about the business, first off, how do I keep doing it? Okay, I message people while I'm on Zooms and things where those Zooms give me that extra hype to do it. So that's usually when I do it. For example, I messaged someone when we were on a Zoom with Amanda Bouchier, I think her last name is. Yeah, I'll jack that up. Anyway, I messaged when we were on there and she's like, all you gotta do is just hit the button, just say it, just ask them, like just ask. And I was like, you know what? All right, I did know she wanted to do it, so let me just ask. And I did it while we were on there and she signed up. So if you don't ask and you don't, that makes a difference. So My hype is by getting on Zooms while I'm on Zooms with everyone else. Whenever my motivation kicks in, my creativity kick in, that's when I send it. And the next part of that question was, if they tell me no, or if they don't, or if they ignore me. Ignoring mindset is you feeling like they ignored you. First off, you don't know if they ignored you. Kid could have answered the phone. Kid could have picked it up for them. They could have picked it up and forgot to come back to message you. So what I do personally is if someone reads my message and don't reply, I'll re-ask the question to back to them again, so that that makes a difference. Otherwise, I mean, it's a numbers game. 1 out of 10 will say something back. Once you get them on your team, that 1 out of 10 might not even do nothing. So you just did all that work and you didn't put enough work in the beginning. So send way more messages and you'll get some yeses. Carrie?
Boom. Okay. How do I know it's the right person to ask? I don't discriminate. Because honestly, so many people are successful at this business and they're all very different. And who are we to judge who needs this, who doesn't need this? We could be the bridge to somebody that they sign up doing amazing things. Like, you never know. So do not discriminate against anybody, because you could be denying them like the best thing that ever happened to them in their life. Okay, that's how I think of it. So don't judge. And then how can I be positive when they're declining me or ignoring me? I firmly believe that they're saying no to me for a reason, and I probably don't even want them in my business. So if they say no, I'm like, thank you. Probably dodged a bullet. So I'm totally okay with that. It's like you would rather have no spouse than the wrong spouse. You know, I would rather have no DT than those DTs that drive me crazy, don't work, cause drama, all that mess. So if someone says no, who cares? Literally, who cares? Done. Okay. Question number 2 is for all of us. Wait, I think it's for all of us. Yeah. Whenever you're at your lowest, when you're at your lowest, what do you do to get right back up? What are ways to get your mind off of things? Let's just do that same order. Oh, you want to go,
Okay,
Carissa? Okay, go.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So for me, I'm gonna pick at my lowest and be I'm gonna say when anxiety attacks happen. I'm gonna say when my mom passed. I'm gonna say times when I'm just stressed out dealing with my father, things like that. Things that bring me back from that lowest moment is this business. Seriously, because when I speak to y'all, when I talk to y'all take my mind off of that reality. And me being a workaholic, that type of stuff actually helps me. So if you see me more engaged and talking even more than I was before, that's me taking my mind off reality of things that's going on. And trust me, I have a ton of bad days. I'm in this house cursing daily almost. So there's a lot of times that, to take my mind off things, this business is what do it. The day my mom passed, I was on a Zoom that night. And that's because that takes my mind off of it. And because I know that that's what is a difference for me and brings me back into, it's just the business does that for me. I also utilize Time Hop. When I'm in a moment where I can't be creative, I utilize Time Hop. Time Hop shows me a whole 9 years of business on that day to show me different posts. That gives me that creativity to be able to either repost that, or I can use something different based off what I just see that I posted a year ago on that date or 5 years ago that date. That's all I got.
Okay, love that. My turn. Yes, I think that's why you put it to me. So for me, when you're at your lowest, what do you do? So for me, I'm at my lowest almost all the time. I'm homeschooling kids, so I mean life's just crazy, right? Kind of have all awesome days, right? But for me, something that helps me is I turn on like personal development. That's something that I turn to. And I turn to Eric Thomas, something that somebody's yelling at me to tell me how good I am, how bad I am. And I'm like, yes, I am, and then I do the same thing with Carissa does. I circle myself with my business because this is what brings me joy, and the thing is when you guys are down, the worst thing that you guys can do is stay down and soak up all your misery by yourself and make people like just basically make yourself feel bad for yourself, like dust it off, get back up and do it. That's the only thing that's going. I read this quote and it says the best way to kick anxiety is to do something about it, to just do it. I just get back up and just start, work your business, sit at your desk, text your team, text your upline, hey, I want to work real quick. Does anybody have time to work with me? And jump on a Zoom and just surround your guys self with your team business. Yes, go.
Okay, so when I'm not feeling it, I just take a break. Seriously, because if I am not feeling it, then I'm not going to be giving it 100%. So I'm not going to get the results that I would get if I am feeling it. So I'll just take a break. So we do lots of stuff. I do tons of stuff with my family. We go to the beach, we go to Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, Disney World. I don't even know, trampoline park. We do all of this different stuff. And so I can just take a break. And then when I come back, I'm all excited again. So that's my thing. I do something. All right, we are all so very different, like so different. Okay, this next question is just mine. Thank you for whoever did this one. Okay, because I was talking to Carissa and Tasha about it, and they were making fun of me.
You want me to read it to you?
Huh?
Would you like me to read it to you?
No, I can read it. How to stay positive during dark times in your personal life, keeping your head above water of emotions so you don't fall short or fall back on the other important things in your life. So basically, how do you juggle? Okay, so I've been working on personal development for a really, really long time. And I know that's helped me because I try to tell myself the universe is working for me, not against me. So even like in traffic, if the car in front of me is super slow, I'm like, okay, this car is doing this for a reason. I'm probably going to get in a wreck if I go faster, and they're saving me. I tell myself that for everything. If something bad happens, I'm like, what is the lesson to be learned in this? I ask myself that every single day. If I have a flat tire, I'm like, I wonder what this saved me from, or I wonder who I'm going to meet because of this. So for me, personal development was huge on it. And it's all about your different perspective. Whenever you shift to the universe doing things for you, life suddenly looks a lot different, a lot different. So whenever I don't have balance at all in my life, I don't. I work a lot, but when I try to not work for different times so that I can be with my children, every single day I make a conscious effort to have one-on-one time with all of them that are with me. Every single day, that one-on-one time, because they don't want all your attention. They just want like focused attention for a little while. So if you just do that for like 10 minutes, it's going to really dramatically change the dynamic in your house. It will, because they're going to feel more valued and they don't feel like you're pushing them to the side. Let me go. So how do I juggle? I don't. I mean, I don't know. It works out okay. I'm not overwhelmed with anything. So I can't answer that. I think it's just personal development and changing your perspective. All right. Next question. This one is just for Tasha. In Legacy Spotlight, you talked about when you first started and how your husband was against it. My question, has that changed, and has he joined you?
Yes, he has changed. It has changed. Honestly, I feel like spouses just the thing that they don't, it's not that they don't support you, it's just that they basically just don't want to see you fail, really, right? Even like our parents, our siblings, whatever, and so it changed after Carrie came down and told me what to tell him. And I no, and he doesn't do this business, and I don't force him to do this business. I don't force him to wear It Work shirts. I don't force him to come to conferences with me. He'll come to conference, but he won't come into the arena with me. He'll just kind of wait at the house. But the thing is that I don't force him to be on board with me. Like you see all these top leaders who have spouses and they're like power couples. That's not me. I don't want to be a power couple. I'm fine doing this business by myself. And I think that's something that you guys have to remember is just ask them like to just support you. You're not asking them to build this business with you, but just for the support.
That's a good answer.
I like that. Everyone does not have to do the business.
Mm-hmm. All right. This one is just for me. when do you decide you can sit down and work on your business? Okay, I had the worst time figuring out an answer for this. And I even asked my children, and they're like, you're always working. And I'm like, you know what? I am. But I'm working on my phone. So I try to, I set little goals for myself. Like each day, I have to accomplish this, this, this. I have to make sure I do this on this social media, things like that. And then I just spread it out throughout my day. But I've been doing this for 11 years. So it's literally just a part of how I live. Like I went to the beach today. I made videos of like the waves and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting my TikToks ready, and I don't even think about it anymore. So it's just, when I wake up, I check stuff, I eat my breakfast, I don't ever just, I don't have a good schedule. I do my life, and this is a part of my life schedule. Yeah, everything just fits in. Exactly. Okay, this one is for everyone. So let's start with Carissa because we haven't heard her in a minute. How long did it take for you to actually start believing you could be successful in this business?
Okay. I never had doubts from when I joined about being successful in this business. That was just my mindset. I was too focused on the amount of money that could be made and how easy it was to get to Diamond, the simplicity of the business because I had done network marketing before, and this was way easier than what I had did before. So I was more focused on just doing everything. Like, okay, ADD starting. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So I was more focused on, because I'm coachable, I was just more focused on whatever my enroller told me I was supposed to do. That's what I did. He said, buy a booster kit. Okay. $400. All right. I'll buy it in 2 days. Bought. Get your 4 customers so you can get your shopping spree. Oh, okay. Done. What else am I supposed to do? Get your DTs. Okay. Done. So I didn't have time to think I wasn't going to be successful, only because I was too excited about the fact of getting started and everything. I didn't have that self-doubt at the beginning. I mean, I knew personally that I was already good at selling. I have a retail background. So I knew that I can get it done. It was just yeah. Next.
Me. Okay, awesome. I love that because I did not believe in this business and I joined to prove that this business didn't work. That was my number one goal, is to join this business and prove that it doesn't work, that this is a scam. And so for me, when I actually started believing in this business, to be honest, I honestly think after I hit triple diamond is when I honestly started believing that, like, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I didn't even use products until I promote. Like I joined in May 2015. I didn't use a single product, and I promoted in April 2000 or April 2016. I didn't start using a single product till November 2016. And I think when that moment is that, like, when I actually saw the money, a comma in the paycheck, I was like, all right, like, that's when I honestly started believing that, you could be successful, because, especially here in Hawaii, you don't know, there's not even that much people that are successful in network marketing. So, but yeah, so a year.
Okay, so for me, it took me like a year and a half because I didn't understand the business at all when I joined. Chris is like what we all want. I am what we usually get. But I didn't understand it at all. And then suddenly I was like promoting. And so it took a good year and a half before I figured out I could be successful in this business. So, if that's you, that's fine. Just try to not take that long. Okay, this next question is for everybody. How long did you watch before joining, and who did you join with? Okay, I'll go first because my thing's already unmuted. So I didn't watch it all, like no time whatsoever. I met somebody named Maria at an event. I entered her drawing. I didn't win, but I bought a wrap anyways. And then I joined that night. So I didn't watch it all. Not at all. I just joined, boom. Right after that, I had great results.
I'll go next since mine was like yours. I got a text message that said get on an opportunity call, conference call. I got on that night, and because it was going to be $99 until the next day, I joined the next day. And that was just basically from listening to Melody talk about the opportunity. I joined with someone else. I joined under the guy that put me on there that left the business 6 months later. So yeah, so I joined the next day and I spent $500 because he told me to buy the kit after I bought the $99 kit. And I still didn't try no products when I did all that. Your turn, Tasha.
I forgot the question was how long were you? All right, I was the Grinch, and I was watching Kim. I watched Kim for a whole month, and I'm like, hey, this girl's so silly. She thinks she'll be successful. I watched her. I watched all her posts. I didn't like any of them, and I teased every single post that she posted. And you know what's so crazy is Hoku. She used to be on this team, but she came down to Maui to do a rap party, and her sister was like, "Do you?" I'm like, "Nah, joke." And then Kim, actually, I've been following Kim and I didn't like anything. And I honestly waited till she messaged me. So if she didn't message me, I probably wouldn't be here today. And that is why I'm so like always on it with like message them, because the people that want this business the most are gonna secretly watch you. Anyway, she texted me this 3 novel thing and I said, yeah, just sign me up. Let me prove that it doesn't work. And then you will leave me alone, right? And then here I am 6 years later. Yeah, you get it.
All right. This is for all three again. Besides your whys, what else kept you pushing forward when things didn't look hopeful in the beginning? Anyone want to go?
I'll go first. Because yeah, I'll just go first. Um, for why? Because your why. So for me, I'm very, very like I like to prove people wrong, and I think that was like one of the things that kept me from honestly quitting. And and just trying to. After I got my first paycheck, I tried to make this work. And it's to prove people wrong. Like that's my biggest thing is because everybody doesn't believe in this business, and so I'm like I'm gonna prove that it works because I don't want people to tell me I told you so. So that was my one of the reasons besides my why.
Mine's was because I was going through issues with my donor at the moment, and I felt as though I did not want to ever have to financially depend on them. So I basically made sure this business was going to work because I didn't want to ever have to financially depend on them again. And it made things so much easier because now I don't need to speak to them at all because I don't need anything.
That's good. For me, once I realized it was a business, I'm going to count that as the beginning because I didn't get it in the beginning. What really kept me going is I have this like deep need to be successful, to do something important, to make a lot of money because it helps you do more important things. And I had the belief that this business would do this for me. And so it's not necessarily my normal why, but failure, not really an option. Not really an option for me. So that's what always keeps me going. Okay, this one is for everybody. Tell us about your promotions to executive and Ruby.
We'll let Tasha go first since ours was funny.
So different. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are so different. My promotion, gosh, I mean, not as long as your guys, but I gotta really sit and think. You get out of here, please. So I'm sorry. So I don't even know. I think I like double promoted, and I think I just went straight to Ruby within my first 2 calendar months. And I honestly, there was $1,000 bonus at that time, is what I really chased, and like I said, I don't even remember. I don't even remember who was on my chart, but I chased the bonus. I chased the bonus because I just wanted to see if we were gonna get paid. Guys, I was a skeptic. Like that's the only difference is I was skeptic. And the thing is too, I didn't need this business. That's why financially, so I wanted to prove that it didn't work, and that's why I was so driven to prove it didn't work. But so yeah, I think for me, I don't have a cool story. It's just the bonuses we were chasing after. for sure. Nothing crazy.
Okay. So the question is just, when did we get to each rank, basically? Tell us about your promotion.
Tell us about it. Like, because I think a lot of people on here are going for executive or going for Ruby. So they like to hear the war stories,
Okay. So mine's basically, I joined February 28th. I got my booster kit, which was $500 3 days later, which was in March, first beginning of March. So that's 400 BV for that kit. My best friend signed up the next day. That was my first distributor. She signed on her own, said, no, I'm coming with you. I don't care. I'm like, wait, I don't even know what I'm doing. Just wait a minute. No, she didn't want to wait. So she signed up. She got her booster kit. So that's an instant 400 leg. My coworker then came to my first rap party. She joined, got her booster kit when she joined. So everybody joined and paid $500 to start. So I'm an instant executive 2 weeks after I joined. Then I put my mom in the business. I put my brother in the business, and I forgot who the other person was that joined. No, I think mom and brother was the two. So that gave me 5 people. So I was able to promote to Ruby 2 months later. So I promoted to executive in March and Ruby in May. And I had rap parties all the time. I had my first rap party a week and a half after I joined. And like I said, my enroller told me, have your rap party, buy your booster kit, tell your people to do the same thing, buy their booster kit, had a rap party. We all done the same thing. And that's how the promotions came. So my story was very easy and very quick. My first commission check when me and Carrie was looking was $245. And so, to me, that was just like, I didn't get the little $5 check people were getting. And I didn't see the motivation even in the $200 check I got. I was too busy focused on the cash I was getting from rapping people. So this all just fell into my lap from me just rapping people and signing them up. Your turn, Carrie.
Okay, so I didn't do anything for the first 14 months of my business. And we got these questions ahead of time. So that's why I don't know what Tasha was doing, but Carissa and I were looking back at our numbers and stuff, looking at our paychecks and things like that. And I don't know when I promoted to executive because I didn't know executive existed. I had no clue what an executive was. But I think, okay, so Tina came to see us in Texas in January. January, my paycheck was $50. It was almost exactly $50. In February, it was 400 and something. And I think maybe I promoted to executive that month. Maybe. I'm not actually sure. But I do know that I promoted to Ruby when I was rapping somebody. And it was so fun because I'm like looking back like stupid, but I was rapping them. And whenever I would rap people in person, and they would always either become a distributor or a loyal customer, like that was the option, or they'd come back and rap again. Like I had like a 90-something% success rate in getting them to sign up for something. And so I was signing this girl up as a loyal, and I was logging into my back office, and I was like, this says I'm a Ruby. She's like, what's a Ruby? I'm like, I have no idea. I'll ask somebody later. I don't even know. So that's how I promoted to Ruby. I was literally ignorance on fire. If you just joined, you don't have to know anything. Pick a product you like, talk about it all the time, and ask people. That's all you have to do. Share it with them, sell them samples and sign them up. Like we complicate the crap out of stuff and we don't need to. So my first Ruby paycheck was over $800. It was crazy. Okay, my family's coming in. So let's go back to that question that was in the comments, even though we're not taking questions from the comments. But Tasha wants to. So if you didn't need this business, what were you doing at this time? And I think we can all answer that because I don't think any of us needed it when we started.
So for me, I was already a stay-at-home mom. My husband's a tattoo artist, so he makes great money. And so I really was just, staying at home and just being that, stay-at-home mom, not even having to work and stuff. And so that's something, and that's the thing too, is where like the whole motivation, like you know what I mean, like being self-disciplined, especially at that time when you didn't need it. So yeah, my husband was he's a tattoo artist, makes very great money, so that's why it's something I did in the business for. Yeah.
I was overworked medical assistant that was underpaid for my worth. I was a type 2 diabetic. I was stressed out. I was drinking all the time. So I did need this because I didn't want to rely on anybody else. I didn't realize that I needed it a lot more than I did because 6 months after I joined, I came off of my diabetic medication because I had lost 60 pounds in 6 months. I realized later that I was also stressed a lot. And that's why I depended on drinking a lot because the job was stressing me out. So a lot of things came into full circle after, being home and away from that place. So I needed this. Okay, let me do a dance or something while they coming in the door. Do, do, do,
Okay,
do,
so I didn't need it financially because we were dual military. My husband and I, we were both in the army. So we were, we had two incomes, two decent incomes. So for me, it wasn't a financial thing. It was, I just had this feeling I was supposed to do it. And I listened to that feeling, and it took me a while to realize how to do it, but it was right. It was the right move for me.
So it's
Okay.
more so of we all didn't know we needed what we needed, and it ended up helping us.
True. That's exactly it. Okay, this one's just for Carissa. How do
Oh,
you get through your day with any or all struggles?
God get me through my day because listen, the days I have all the time, and then I have to vent them out to either Tasha and Carrie or some of the girls on my team. These days be very long, and they don't run the same all the time. So, for some that don't know, I take care of my dad full time as he has dementia, and through that dementia comes anger. It comes not being able to sleep. It comes confusion. It comes not know who I am. It comes a lot, and it gives stress, and I used to have bad anxiety, and so that made things worse. So I would just have bad panic attacks when he would do things like unpack his whole closet and put it on the bed, and I would have an anxiety attack. And so, speaking to Melody through that one, she like, take all the clothes out of his room. So, having the right people around you that can give you, also that same type of person that like to give solutions rather than just stressing over stuff. So to have people that give you solutions also is who you need to have around you, not just the venters only that listen, but you need to have those solution people too. And you also need to be willing to hear the solution so that you can get through the day and then the day is not a struggle. Like earlier this week, I tried to run out real quick to go get groceries. And while I ran out, my dad decided he wanted to run out the window. So, and my kid had to find him. So, a lot of different things happen throughout the days, and everybody don't be knowing this stuff be happening to me. Nobody knew I almost lost him again this week. So things like that. And I still continue to go about my day. And it's because of this business that I'm able to realize that this business is my stress reliever, not my stress. And so that keeps me balanced. I'm also very structured. Dinner is at a certain time every day. Everything's on a certain time period every day. So you got to have some sort of structure. If not, and that's why we have our calendar already played out for the week. So I already know when Zooms are. All that stuff is in place. So I know my day. It's just basically now me working through it. So, and thank God for Sleepy Tea, because that lets me sleep all night and it lets my dad sleep all night as well. So that helps me. And I have a lot of cameras in my house so I can watch.
It's true. This one's going to roll right into that probably. This is also for Carissa. What was your biggest downfall in your business since you started, and what was your biggest upbring?
My biggest downfall would have probably been then my mom passing, because that was like the down moment where I stayed in the bed a lot, but at the same time I was able to work my business. Facebook seen that, but Instagram didn't. So I worked my business on Instagram because I didn't feel like seeing the sob stories and the reminders on Facebook. So I worked on Instagram and I was still able to enroll. So, I mean, I worked through it. I spoke to everybody. I know the people that I need to have around me. The right people around me are the ones that keep me laughing. They know my personality. So if my person around me needs to speak to me to stay laughing when they're going through something, I'm that friend. I'm definitely not that friend to go to if you want to hear, if you want to cry. I'm not going to cry with you. I'm not. I told everybody, if you need to cry on the phone while we talking, you better cry it out before we get on the phone. And that's the way I am. So I don't want to hear you crying with me about my mama. So you better get that out your system before you get on the phone with me. And that's just me. So I rather them just, I only want laughter around me. I only want people that's gonna make me laugh, and that's what helps me. So cut your circle. I'm loving 2020 because that showed me the perfect vision as to who need to stay around me. And I was able to cut ties with tons of people. I even cut immediate family members off like 2-3 weeks ago, and I have zero regrets. So if you need to cut people off, cut them off, because you need your sanity. Mental is important. And like, I mean, maybe some of y'all didn't know that's how my mom passed. She committed suicide. So to be able to stick to have that mental is what I hold on to, so that I'm never going to get down to that level of depression.
This one's also for Carissa. It's the Carissa show these days. Have you ever lost passion for the business after being in it for so long?
I wouldn't say passion. I would say more so of maybe a boredom at one point, because I have ADD. So if things don't keep changing for me or staying spicy, or people around me don't stay with the same energy, then I don't want to say piss me off, but kinda. But I wouldn't actually say that. I would just say I need those. I know if I feel like I'm going to get to that state, I got to change my circle, and that helps me with staying the way I need to be. So the right people in my circle keeps me where I need to be. And right now, my circle right now feel like they can enroll people all day long, and they feel like they enroll machines and stuff. So they always bragging about it. So that keeps me wanting to keep going too. So keep your circle, keep changing it if you need to. Change your circle. And don't be mad about it. Change your circle. Who cares what they think? They don't know they're not in that circle no more.
It's true. It's like they don't have to know. It's not like you're getting married. It's just who you're talking to. Okay. Next one. Guess who? Carissa. How do you keep pushing on when you don't have an enroller anymore, or your enroller is not responding?
All right. So I lost my enroller 6 months after. I lost my enroller 2 years, and that enroller quit too, and the one above that one quit too. So I had 5 people in between me and Melody, and the first one quit 6 months after I joined. I kept going. The next ones all quit at the same time 2 years later. I kept going. And I actually promoted to triple diamond 4 months after they left, because I wanted to prove that I was still able to get this done and accomplish this, even though I didn't have that around me. And it actually opened me up to even more, because now I know even more people because of now being more in connection with Melody than I was before. So it was a blessing in disguise for me. So enrollers quitting means nothing to me, because if you're connected to everything that we have out here, all our corporate stuff that's here, all of our team information that's here, your enroller, if you know who your whole family tree is, it don't matter if your enroller quit. You're supposed to know everybody anyway. You ain't supposed to just know your enroller. You're supposed to know who above them too. I treat this family tree like my real family tree. I want to know who everybody is and where you are. I always ask those type questions on purpose. I always ask. So if I ever asked you that, that's why I'm asking, because I want to know the family tree.
Tasha, she asked Carrie. Okay, so guess who? Carissa. How do you deal with your down?
Lying.
I'm not even lying. I'm not. I'll send you pictures. How do you deal with your downline showing up, doing the work, yet no enrollments, and they are not coachable? Any advice being given? Tasha, did you write that question for her on purpose?
All right, I need to read it and answer it at the same time. So how do you deal with your downline showing up, doing the work, yet not enrolling? Okay, so that first part is you're probably showing up, but you're not doing the work. You sound like you're doing the work, but you're not doing the work. So that's the reason you're not enrolling, because if you're doing the work, you would be enrolling. Doing the work means KPI to me. That means expanding your network. That means adding more people to your friends list. That means doing the things outside of the box, like host to post, to get more people around you. That means doing things like asking everybody to order from you who didn't order. To me personally, that means you need to speak to over 10 new people a day, because I know a lot of numbers, like Tasha just said. So, and if they're not coachable, I explained this before, I don't deal with non-coachable people. I don't have the energy for that. Because of everything I deal with in my day, my sympathy level is very low. So I have to hang around yellows to help bring my yellow up, because my empathy is very low. Like, it's very low. Because if I'm still accomplishing enrolling at least one person a day, and I'm doing this at the same time while I'm, over here with dad, like, come on, eat your cereal, dad, bite your cereal, if I'm still doing this at the same time, I feel like you could do this too. I mean, just manage your day, manage yourself. Everybody in my house sleep right now. Y'all heard me give my kid the melatonin. He gone. He knocked out too. So, just have yourself managed. And if you feel like something's still not working and you're doing the work, then you need to reach out to your enroller and be coachable and listen to what they tell you to do, so that then it will work for you. Because evidently there is something missing. But if you're not coachable to listen to what they say and send those screenshots and show them what you're actually doing, and it's no. I mean, because just by saying I'm doing it, and then you don't want to show me the proof, because I like to see proof. So
Yep, you got to put those actions behind those words.
I love actions. I hate words.
Okay, guess what? Carissa! How do you react to DTs who constantly give excuses yet say they want this every month? Oh.
I just got a message and they said they did this to me on purpose. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Ask the question again. How do you react?
How do you react to DTs who constantly give excuses yet say they want this every month?
That's not action. Like, if you're just giving me excuses, I don't even want to hear it. You can give me one, but then when it becomes like repetitive, or like I'm somebody, I can sense how you feel. I can sense that I just have this sense thing to me. Like, I can feel stuff that I just can't explain it, but I can feel something. And I know when stuff is like BS. So if I feel like you really don't want it, no. I mean, because otherwise I would help you if I feel like you're really trying to make it happen and you really want this bad, and da 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 da. So to answer that question, how do you react to DTs who constantly give excuses yet say they want this every month? You got to put some action in there. I need to see a post. I need to see your stories filled up all the time. I need to see you actually on Zooms when you say you're going to be on them. I don't need you showing up late and getting off or not being on video. I need to actually see you on power hours and stuff like that. I need to see you actually want to talk on them when we say something. I want to actually see you want to lead one. I'm good. That's it.
Okay, this next one is mine. And who doesn't like me? What the heck is this? How do you deal with DTs who don't like you? Well, it just doesn't happen. No, I'm just playing. I am so playing. I am not everybody's cup of tea, and I am okay with that. So I think one thing is you have to be secure in yourself. I actually think I'm pretty awesome. So if somebody doesn't like me, we either just don't mesh, or it's something that they have an issue with that they're projecting onto me. And I know that's insecurities, and that does happen quite often, especially in a business like this, especially if they're your downline and they are not successful, or they're not having success, and they need somebody to blame besides themselves because they're not taking responsibility. So they'll put that onto that, project it onto their upline. So how do I deal with it? Guys, this is a business. I honestly don't care if you don't like me. I might not like you, but this is a business and we can work together and make money. I have watched Survivor. I know you don't have to like everybody to make money. Okay. So that's how I deal with it. I'm just become secure in yourself and know that it's not you, it's them. It's them. Okay. Or you just don't mesh, and who cares? Okay. This is a business. That's it. Done. All right.
And that's why you know all your uplines, because that way you know who you mesh with and you can go to the next one. That's why you're supposed to know all your people.
My enroller placed me under a girl I don't like at all. She wasn't even nice at all. So you know what I did? I just kept working my business for me. And I just skipped her for everything. That's all you have to do. It's totally, I mean, if it's the other way. All right, next question. See, are you guys saying people are doing this to me, or are you just genuinely curious? How do you respond or act towards your DT and your downline that blocks you on Facebook? Okay, this is my question. Well, first off, I probably don't know they blocked me. They might just disappear, right? But this does happen. And I'm going to give two different scenarios. One time it happens, and then suddenly they unblocked me and they were everywhere again. With that, I'm not going to be mean or rude and be like, you blocked me, blah, 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 I hate you, blah, blah, blah. But what I am going to do is I'm going to remember that. And we're business associates, and that's it. We're not going to be friends. I'm never going to forget what you did. And that shows me how you truly feel about me. But I'm still going to work it like a business, and I'm still going to treat you, with respect. I remember things too. Exactly. I know. Same. I remember things. I know who talks about me, and I might not say anything, but it's always going to be in the back of my mind. And I'm going to question integrity sometimes, stuff like that. But I am going to work it like a business. And then other times, if they block you and you know why, and you know what happened, and unless they're like super, super solid, I just take them off my chart. I mean, it's a business decision. If they have volume, that's just extra volume, bonus volume. That's awesome. But I'm not going to have them on my chart because I can't trust that they're working. I can't see what they're doing. I have to make my business strong. So for me, I'm going to always come back to treating it like a business. That's what this is. We are not here. We have fun, but we're here to make money. We're here to help people. We're here to make a difference in the world. We're not here just to be best friends and cry when people don't like us.
I send mine to Melody.
It's a heartless. Yeah, it is hard. Okay, this one is for Carissa. Oops, I'm sending it to Sherry. Hey, Sherry. All right. Carissa, how do you act towards those DTs that don't like you, but yet you're their upline? That's almost
They
like
don't ask me nothing. A lot of them will stay quiet and then they just wither off, because I'm usually the only person that, I'm around a lot. I'm probably the person that posts all the time. So like, if you don't like me or deal with me, then like it ain't like you don't have sidelines. You can talk to them. That's in the team page. So I'm just here. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. You don't have to like me. Same thing like Carrie said. You don't have to like me. I'll probably already smell it out already. So it's just pretty much, just ask the questions and that's it. We ain't gotta be coochie crunch friends. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna put it against you. I've been blocked by DTs before on my team. I've been blocked, and come to find out they were quitting and left and stuff like that. By all means, it's just, I smelled it out like a year before, so I already knew this. So, so it's not like it was a surprise or nothing. So when things like that happen, or I feel like I'm not getting along with somebody, they go to Mel. Hey, Mel, can you talk to them? And, they can be in communication with her. But just still, you don't want to block me because I'm giving you the information. So just leave me unblocked. I do be smelling it out.
smelling it out. Okay, sorry. This one is for me. What, if anything, do you struggle with? Nothing. No, I'm just playing. So I'm going to take this. Sorry. I'm gonna, baby, go play. Go play. Oh, that is so cool. I struggle with my children behaving when I'm on Zoom. Can you go, please take her. Oh, that, I thought you were coming to help. Oh, those are nice. They got kids meals. Baby, you're not wearing clothes. Get out of my Zoom. What an awesome question for that that to happen, and nothing happened before that. Okay, so business wise, I struggle with this month. I'm struggling with signing DTs. I don't know what is going on, but I am struggling with signing DT. So I'm feeling that. Personally, I feel like I'm a nice person, but sometimes I don't sound like I'm a nice person. So I struggle with that, and I've been working on it for a really long time. I need thick-skinned people around me because I am really red about that stuff. I am so red. I just want to be to the point and say what I think is wrong or say what we can do to fix it. And I don't need all the fluffy stuff. So Sherry's laughing. Oh, okay. I don't think I don't struggle with that. I actually like that about myself, that I'm extremely picky. I have very high standards and I don't want to compromise on those standards. Why do you want me to compromise on that? Don't you want everything to be good too? Thank you, Tasha. Okay. So maybe I struggle a little bit because I know that can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Demoralizing? I don't know. Chris is like, yep, that's it.
How many more we got? We got 8 minutes.
I know, we're trying. Okay, this one's for Tasha. How do you stay excited for so long?
How do I stay excited for so long? Wow, that came out of left field. For me, I wouldn't say that I'm excited. Like, I'm not excited every day. Who jumps out of bed? Hold on, Xavier, please. Yeah, you can have whatever you want. I don't jump out of bed and like, yes, I'm ready to message 500 people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't wake up every day excited, but I do like what really keeps me pushing. And I talked about this to like some of my team is my vision board, my dream board. That's something that keeps me going every single day, whether I'm excited or not, to work my business. Because I know if I'm continuing to push for my dream board, I'm gonna continue to grow this business. Real quick, like something that really, like, I know everybody has a dream board, and something on your guys' dream board, it's like, I don't really feel like working my business today. I don't need a house or whatever, But there are some things on your dream board that have a time limit to it, and those time limits are things that drive me every day. If I don't feel like getting up, because I don't care if I build a house, I don't really care right about it right now, But what's gonna get me up on my dream board is taking care of my parents, taking care of my grandparents. Like, that has a time limit. And if they pass away and you didn't mark that off your dream board, you will never mark that off your dream board. And that's something that should stick with your heart. So every time that you're like, I do this for my grandparents, but then you're like over there making excuses and don't want to get out of bed, remember that they don't live long. Nobody lives forever. And if that's something that you guys want to, take off your dream board, then you better get your booty up out of bed and work your business. So I'm not always excited 24/7. Yes.
Okay, this one's for me. Any tips on how to grow coach a growing team? Okay, I'm going to do this real quick. Make a system. Just make a system. Each day you do this, or these days you do this, so that you can keep things organized so that things don't fall through the crack. Be very versatile on your system because things may not always work. You've got to be able to switch things out. So whenever you're first growing this team, to be able to do that is just awesome, because then when it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you're already going to be set. You're already going to be ready. And so like one of my favorite topics. I'm trying so hard to be brief. The secret to a strong business is to duplicate leaders. Okay, you can sign up as many DTs as you want, but they're just DTs. What you need is the leaders, because the leaders are the foundation of your business. That's what's going to make it strong. One leader could be worth 100 DTs. So focus also on growing your leaders, layered leadership. Okay, give them little tasks to do, give them things to talk about on Zooms, things like that. So make systems, work on layered leadership from the beginning. from the beginning. Okay. Oh, I want to talk more on that one. That's a hard one. Okay, this one is for Carissa. How do you deal with difficult customers when they complain about an auto ship or the products?
Bleh. Okay. So since I tell my customers up front that they have to do 3 orders, they automatically know this. And if they complain about auto ships, I screenshot and send them back in reference to them knowing that that auto ship, that they got to do 2 more orders so that they know. Um, oh my gosh, what is this lady's name? Leslie? Oh dear. Trying to think of a customer's name, but it ain't coming to me right now.
Just make up any customer's name. We don't
No,
know.
I had a script, but I sent it to her. Now I don't remember her name. Deborah. Okay. So that helps out with me being able to speak to my customers. So for example, if I have a customer that tells me that they don't want to complete their orders anymore, I then say to them, I say, okay, well, so you were supposed to do 3 orders to complete the auto ship. That was the reason that I gave you my 50%. That's the reason that I gave you my discount, the free gifts, because this is the pick 3 sale. So, some of this stuff is free, technically. That's the way I promote it. And I'm giving you my $50 membership fee being waived. I'm only able to skip once, which you did already. So I can't skip again. Or it will prompt me to have you pay a $50 membership fee. I can do final order of 1 product minimum, such as Fat Fighters, the block carbs and fat, which is $25 plus $5 shipping. Do you want that? She said, yes, let's do it. So that's the script I've sent people. I don't have it wrote down. I will think about it and put it somewhere and probably find it, or you can rewatch this and write it down. But that's basically what I say to people. And I've done that in a row, literally to 2 people that did it to me in a row that month. And that's what they bought to finish their 3rd order. So I'm very firm because I am too sweet and nice. I message my customers all the time. I tell them how, that their order shipped. I ask them how it's going. I go through all that with them. So for you to then be like, I'm not going to do my auto ships or complain about products, there's no way possible. Only way you can complain about something is if you're not speaking to me about it. So once they do, we troubleshoot, we figure it out, and we get it solved. And that's what's been happening, such as gummies. One person felt like they were hungrier because of the gummies. Come to find out, you need to take it after you eat instead of before, and that made you less hungry. Worked for her. She's great now.
All right. This one is just for 2 of us. At random. How do you remain consistent through it all?
Who's the 2 people?
I don't care.
Oh.
It just
Okay.
says 2. 2 of you.
Oh, all right. I stay consistent through it all because I know consistency is what the driving factor is. Because I know people will order from somebody else or buy from someone else if they feel like you're not doing it, or they feel like if you're not consistent, they're waiting for you to fail, they're waiting for you to quit. So they're looking for you to do that. And then there's other people that want to join with you, but they only join because they feel like you're being consistent and you're still doing it. So they see your passion for it. So that consistency to me is very key. So even if I don't feel like posting one day and things are very rare, I'll find something on Telegram and it'll go in my stories, and then I'll find something about life to put on my Facebook page.
Okay, I got this. 2 things. Self-discipline. We're our own boss. Like, no one's going to take care of us like we do, and progressive mastery. Okay, so I've been doing the same stuff every day for so long that it just comes natural and it's easy. So the longer you do it, the easier it becomes. Your consistency. I mean, I won't even think I'm working and I've finished out the KPI list, So it's just that kind of thing. So have the discipline to make a pattern, and then it gets easier. Okay. All right. My big word. Okay, this one's for me. How did you get so many TikTok followers so fast? Any tips to post, etc.? Okay, I am no TikTok expert, but I had a video go viral. It was like soldiers like this. So that's what I did. And then those follow trains, with if you're a mom, blah 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 blah. I do those, and that helps get followers. Then being consistent, posting at least 2 to 3 times a day is what I aim at. I don't know. You start to look at your whole life as a TikTok. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going until Mark's thing pops up. Okay. And I'm skipping some of them because we already kind of answered them.
Check the hashtag Crystal on TikTok. It'll show you exactly what it is.
Okay, this is for all of us. How about just Tasha, you answer this. How many hours a day do you actually work?
Oh, really? I work all day. I work all day, any type of day. That's the worst. Okay, how much do I actually work the business? Guys, this business is so flexible that you can fit it in anywhere. Like, I really don't have a time thing, but if I could tell you guys, I finish my KPI like 2 to 3 times a day. So it either could look at 1 hour to do your business, or you could do it, 3 different hours. I try to at least make sure I'm on 3 power hours, meaning 1 power hour in the morning, 1 hour strictly just work my business, lunchtime, try to do that too, and then at night before I go to bed. But I always try not to lay my head down on the pillow unless I know that I'm proud of myself. If I'm not proud of myself and I didn't feel like I got somewhere, then I don't deserve to sleep, basically, is how I run my business. Yes.
Yep. Okay, this one's going to be for Carissa. Thank you for answering my question. Oh, you're welcome, for Carissa. How do you motivate your team, your new DTs, to keep moving forward their first 3 calendar months?
I'm in constant communication with my DTs. So it's just basically speaking to them. I mean, I build rapport with them. Some of them I done already knew, some of them not. It's just basically speaking to them. Like, we talk on the phone, I check on them. I'm a goofy person anyway. All of them know that. I tell them that. So it's just basically just keeping in contact with them. I let all of them know all the time. If you have any negative self-doubt, any negative thoughts in your mind, any questions you have about anything, reach out and ask me, because you're going to need me to be able to get you through the negative times when you have that outside influence that changes things, or maybe somebody don't order that was supposed to order, or maybe just something needs to change that didn't happen. So getting that first win accomplished is going to be the key, which is getting your first 6 customers in your 30 days, which some of y'all almost there. So let's do it, guys. Y'all on here. So it's just keeping in contact. We have team chats, so they're all in there. Everybody in there speaks. We get on Zooms, and if I feel like you start, disappearing, then I start texting you, be like, "Hey, ain't heard from you. Hey, where you at? Hey," you know what I mean? Because now I need to realize what's going on, and we need to work through it and troubleshoot.
I like that. Okay, this one's for Tasha. I love how you manage to stay driven and focused on putting time and effort into your business. What tip could you give us on staying driven, motivated, and organized on a daily basis?
Wow, that was a mean laugh. Everybody heard it. What tips could you give us on staying driven, motivated? Why are you guys laughing?
Hurry up. Mark
Live.
Okay, should we stop? Okay, let's go. End it.
To be continued.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. This was too fun.
That one saved me.